What's good, everyone? It's Mikey T, the movie star. Just got some really crazy news. I had to come on here, jump on a live video. I wanted to talk to everybody. I wanted to talk to the people out there. What's going on? I want to send my condolences to Black Rob. I want to send my condolences to the family of Black Rob. This is really crazy. Just, just coming back early in this afternoon, seeing all this information, seeing all this news dropping right now about Black Rob is really startling. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. We're gonna take a little bit of time today to speak on Black Rob, you guys. I was literally just writing up some questions for my hip hop trivia battle with RBH and you know what I mean, with RBH and Rosewood. And one of the questions actually had to do with Black Rob. And then I scroll over and I see a couple news reports that Black Rob has actually passed away, you guys. King of Gun Hill, exactly. RIP Black Rob. Very sad to hear that Black Rob has passed away, you guys. We're going to jump into a couple articles about it. We're all going to share our feelings about Black Rob. You know what I mean? That was one of the dope albums. That was one of the dope albums that I heard. Life Story. I even purchased his second album, The Black Rob Report. I even purchased his second album, The Black Rob Report. He was working on Life Story Part 2. So we're just going to talk about Black Rob for a little bit today, you guys. Shit's pretty crazy to read a report on Revolt TV. Actually, Revolt TV had posted it at about 4 o'clock this afternoon that Black Rob passed away. Mario Winans posted it on his Instagram as well. Mario Winans wrote, "This hit my heart. We will never forget you, brother. R.I.P. Black Rob." Yeah, very startling to see that Rob, who we all know he was going through a pretty sick or a pretty shitty situation. You know what I mean? Because it looked like, you know what I mean, like the sickness. He had several strokes. They were reporting kidney failure. It looked like he was really starting to take a toll on him. It really looked like he was starting to take a toll on him. I remember the last time that I had actually, or I think it might have been the first time that I actually met Black Rob. It was actually at This Is 50. It was actually at This Is 50. It was actually at 50 Cent's G Unit offices where I met Black Rob the first time. And he was actually telling me that he had just had a stroke. And this was like 2014, 2013. And he had told me he was recovering. We spoke. We talked a little bit. You know what I mean? We talked a little bit. We did an exclusive interview. You guys can check that out if you go take a look at Mikey T, the movie star, Black Rob. Cuba79, what up, Mikey T? You're better than CNN and Fox News. Yeah, I'm trying to keep that demeanor. You know what I mean? The calm demeanor, calm, cool, collected, reporting on the news as accurately as I can. It just sucks to wake up today, going through your day. Everything seems fine. We had just seen a video where Black Rob kind of looked like he was looking bad in the hospital. It was like, damn, what's going on with Black Rob? But then we actually see, you know what I mean? The next day he was out of the hospital. So it was like, okay, Black Rob's out of the hospital. Everything must be good, if they let him out of the hospital, But I had literally just seen an interview with Black Rob. He had actually come to Connecticut and he did the bars I-95 bars on I-95, and he actually did an interview where he did an interview where he actually spoke about his relationship with Diddy. He spoke about the album contract that he signed with Diddy, and he said that it was only for $450,000. This was probably before the success of Whoa. Hey, Bonds, check your Instagram. I'm going to send you the link, bro, so you can tap in if you're free. But yeah, he had actually spoke on the contract that he signed with Diddy for like $450,000. I would imagine that was actually before. I would imagine that was actually before he came out with the breakthrough success of like, whoa, when an artist actually gets a major single, that's when they go into the contract renegotiation. And due to the fact that he actually, landed a major single, a single that actually took off, I would imagine that they were in the middle of contract renegotiation. Also, we saw Black Rob. I believe Black Rob was involved with bringing G Dep over to the label as well. So that could have potentially been another check. You know, Black Rob and Diddy were working on several different things. Black Rob also appeared on, the Bad Boy Saga, the saga Must Go On album. You know, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Yo, what up, James Brown? Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. RIP to Black Rob. It's terrible to hear this news about Black Rob. You know, being somebody that actually watched his music career, being somebody that actually purchased his albums. You know, I've bought both of them. I actually had the Life Story album and I had the Black Rob Report album. So actually being someone that has purchased both those albums and looked back at the classic nature of those albums, you know what I mean? A lot of people have respect for the Life Story album, and the Black Rob Report is kind of underappreciated. Yeah, you know, and that was another thing, Alan Watt. Appreciate you for tapping in. RIP Black Rob. Puffy just gave him some money. Can I live? I was just hearing actually as well that Puffy was trying to do something for Black Rob. You know what I mean? That's what I had heard recently as well. I heard Puffy was going to stand up and do something for Black Rob, which is, it's admirable. You know what I mean? It's like amazing, but this just came too soon. Obviously, Black Rob's body was in a weakened state. He's had a couple strokes in his life. I mean, my father had a stroke when I was younger, and he was paralyzed on the right and the left side of his body. He, I want to say, he couldn't use his left hand and his right leg. You know, strokes will have very damaging effects on your body, you guys. That's like when I watched the last interview piece or Instagram piece with Black Rob, and he was just saying, I'm tired. I just need to get some rest. You know, a lot of people will take it like that. They'll be like, I'm tired. I need to sit down. I need to sleep, and I'll wake up and I'll be better. You know, but sometimes your body it could be, the chemistry or whatever in your body, it's working, you know, even while you're sleeping. And this is just a very sad to be reading on all these blogs and it's on Revolt about the passing of Black Rob. It's just really sad. Jason Thomas says the Life Story album is super classic and the Black Rob Report is super underrated. Super underrated. Lisa, I appreciate you for tapping in. I'm going to bring in my co-host. It's New York's own, Queens, New York's own, Bonds Simmons. Bonds, what's good, bro?
What's good, Bonds?
Hey, man, you know, I was just planning on actually releasing the interview with Brillo today. I was readying up another interview, but with all this happening, man, you know, I was like, yo, I got to jump online.
It's crazy, bro.
Black Rob.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I just seen it because I'm in New York right now, so
right.
I'm out of town right now, and I'm just I came out. It's the birthday this week. They doing a little party for my mom's crib. I figured, you know what I'm saying, come out and show some love, man, because you can't get that time back. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. And just going through hold on, let me check. You hear me better? I was saying the echo my shit.
Yeah, you're looking better now. Maybe it's about to start doing better, but you were kind of lagging a little bit, Bonds.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Just like spending time with family. I just was saying that, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Let me put some time in because you can't always, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just give gifts and shit. So I'm over here, my mom. So I just look through Instagram. I mean, through YouTube. I see you on a video like Black Rob. I'm like, what the? So that's why I just hit that in the comment because I really just now heard. I'm just now finding out, bro. Like,
yeah, it's
just
crazy.
now I looked at you posted this video, bro. Like,
yep. Revolt posted about an hour ago, an hour and 15 minutes ago. Mario Winans actually posted on his Instagram about an hour ago. Mario Winans wrote, "This hit my heart. We will never forget you, brother. R.I.P. to Black Rob. Bonds, did you ever get a chance to meet Black Rob or?
Never met Black Raw. But real quick, remember when you asked me about the DMX? And I was like, nah. And that's crazy because my girl just reminded me yesterday that we went to the that we was fucking with DMX. I didn't even remember that shit. DMX was with the Bad Boy reunion tour. And and hell yeah, we did that shit in fucking ATL, but I never met Black Rob. But you seen Black Rob, man. Just the other day he was saying how tired he was, bro. He was like, yo, his sides hurting. He going through so much pain. He was like, he ready for it to stop, man. He tired of it. And and I guess he don't gotta deal with that shit no more right now, bro. That's crazy.
You know, because we just saw him in the hospital, right? We saw him in the hospital, and they had him speaking on DMX, and then he got out of the hospital. So naturally, I think everybody in the general public was like, he got out of the hospital. He must be better. You know, things must be good. Then we actually heard reports of Puff Daddy actually was going to reach out to him. So then it was like, all right, man, at least people are starting to hear and be considerate about Black Rob's situation.
Yeah, bro. That's nuts. I can't even. I don't even. I mean, but I'm not even gonna lie, man. He was going through that pain and all that, bro. Like, I mean, the way he was looking, man. So they said what happened? Did they say anything specific?
Well, you know, Black Rob has suffered several strokes.
Yeah,
when I had met him the first time at the G Unit offices, he was just recovering from a stroke.
Yeah, he's been having a stroke for a minute. Yeah, I remember that.
So they were saying he also had kidney failure. But you know, strokes will take a severe, drastic like turn on your life. Like my dad had a stroke and he was paralyzed on his right and left side, his right leg and his left arm for his whole life. So yeah, like you're saying, Black Rob was pretty much like, yo, I just want to go to sleep. I want to sleep this off. I want to, you know, everyone thinks if you go to sleep, you're going to wake up, it's going to be better. But yo, there's some things going on in your body. There's a lot of complications, organs shutting down or whatever's happening in your body, you know?
And, you know, it's a direct correlation between mental health and physical health too. Spiritual health and all kinds of mental, spiritual, and physical health. It's connected. You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know, some experts. Sean, appreciate it, bro. No, shit comfortable, man. It's a little sweatsuit. Shit comfortable, bro. But
I definitely appreciate you tapping in. And I was saying, like, you know, Black Rob had quite the relationship with Diddy, you know, from Whoa to even appearing on, you know, the Bad Boy, The Saga Continues album to linking up G Dep with the label. He had quite the relationship over there, man.
What Puff said? Puff said anything?
I had only heard that Puff was supposed to help out.
Oh, but you said you seen it on Revolt, so I guess that's Puff.
Right. Yeah, that's Puff for sure. But I'd seen, you know, a few days ago, I seen report Puff Daddy knows about what's going on. He's gonna help. That's what Media Takeout had writ. So I it kind of, you know, out of mind, you know, Diddy's gonna help. You know, the Godfather of hip hop is gonna help. You know, so it's like we can rest assured that someone's gonna help this situation. But sometimes things are too far gone to help.
Yeah, when the mental, bro, it's nothing you could do. You can't help. I mean, unless you like you know, the psychiatrist and you know, but the average person, it's hard to help somebody mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could try to help you improve your physical situation, but if your mental is defected, then you're gonna constantly wind up back in that physical situation anyway. So it's I can help you sustain and enable you, but that's all I'll be doing. Like, I'm not really helping you.
Right, but it's more than that too. You know, when the body is going into a state of shutting down, there's almost nothing you can do.
That too. Yes, sir.
You know, like with DMX Bonds, I was reading a report where it was saying like it was just getting to a point where his organs were shutting down and there just wasn't really a lot of time left. You know, like
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
crazy.
Especially once he was on that mission, once his brain, he was, I guess he was brain dead, right? They had him on a.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure to be honest with you, man. But you know, because all this shit about death, it kind of hits me kind of crazy, man. Just to see these guys passing that we've literally watched their whole careers. You know,
So what's they say threes? That threes shit. You believe in that? They're coming in threes. Yeah, X. Yeah, somebody before X.
yeah,
Was
we
X?
had Fred.
Fred.
We had Fred.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's
so hopefully it's over now then. So
Fred,
hopefully it's over now.
Fred X, and Black Rob.
Black
It's
Rob.
crazy. Those are three direct New York artists. You know, that's where we come from, Bonds. We're the
It's a
East
fact.
Coast. You know what I mean?
It's a fact.
Uh, Black Rob had just done an interview where he was explaining that when he first signed to Puff, Bad Boy, it was for $450,000. Now, I was just saying, I imagine he signed that deal before making the major hit single "Whoa."
Yeah, you gotta think Black Rob been down with Bad Boy since the beginning. Well, not the beginning, but early on. You know what I'm saying? Like he was down with Bad Boy for a while, and he had different. I guess due to his personal issues, he was in and out of the loop. But he went to jail and all that shit too. So
Right.
he did bids, and he was going through personal issues, and so he been up and down. So who knows when he had to renegotiate or how many times Black Rob had to renegotiate because he didn't keep up his end of shit. So weird kind of shit dissolved to his deals, like you know what I'm saying?
One thing's
So
for sure, though. Black Rob must have renegotiated after "Whoa" came out. His checks definitely went way up after "Whoa" came out.
who says that you can negotiate just because you got a hit record? Like,
That's when you're supposed to renegotiate bonds. Once you get that hit, it's like, all right,
but if you're entitled to
you put in the work. Now you got the hit record. Now you're supposed to charge a lot of money.
yeah, but that's if you're entitled to, bro. Like, say if you sign a full album deal with me, and your first album you got Whoa on it, I don't have to renegotiate with you. We in. I mean, I could. That would be
Right.
a good. I mean, I could, but I don't. I'm not legally obligated to renegotiate with you.
I think that's a pretty well known thing, man. After your first single blows up, you're in a position to renegotiate. You know, like I honestly think it was Black Rob who brought G Dep, unless it's vice versa. I think it was Black Rob who brought G Dep, into the picture. They were tight,
Probably, yeah, because Black Rob was down with them before G Dap.
right? Yo, these dudes, these New Yorkers stick together, man. Your Black Robs, your G Deps, your J Mills, your Vados. These
That's
guys.
Harlem. That's Harlem too. Shout to Harlem. I ain't gonna lie, man. Harlem looking good out here, man.
Bond,
Harlem looking good out here.
what was your memory? Living in New York. Whoa comes out. What was your memory of that, man?
My memory of that was it was huge. Me being an artist, certain songs, certain songs come out that everybody remakes, especially like in New York. Like, know what I'm saying? That's how you know when certain songs hit because it's a doubt everybody raps them. So me as an artist, like in my whole community, like everybody was flipping Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the thing, like it was a focal point for even artists. So you know what I'm saying? Like, certain songs like, Beamer Benz and Bentley, like Bang shit, like certain songs do that. And that was definitely one of them songs. That's what I can remember by, it grabbed me as an artist. You know what I mean? For sure.
So, yo, I just thought about this in my head, yo. But yo, the only person that I think could have actually remixed Whoa, unless there is a remix of Whoa, and I'm just not remembering it. But the only person I think that would have been dope enough to remix Whoa, DMX. Could you imagine that remix?
Crazy. Now that you just said that, like, yo, you got a dope A&R ear though, because I like the way you be doing like your comparisons and shit, the way you play shit, and even how you just place that. Like I just noticed that you got a good ear, man.
I would
A&R
have
ear.
sold another 2 or 3 million Whoa records.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
DMX on who else would you put on the remix? DMX.
DMX, man. That's all I can think of.
Straight X.
X, because X is the only one that I could really see who would have made that record any bigger than it could have been, you know, because the record was as big as it could have been. I was just about to ask you, man, like when that was going on in New York, was anybody jumping on top of the 16-wheeler trucks and being like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah, every time you seen police, you know what I mean? COs ain't, POs ain't, nobody
Whoa,
was like it was just saying
man,
like, I mean,
whoa,
niggas ain't whoa.
whoa. Yeah. X is
You
the
know what
one
I
that
mean?
I could have seen. But you know
Now
what, man?
X would have bodied that.
Even in my interview with Cassidy Bonds, I asked him, I was like, so you and X were so close together, being that you guys were affiliated with Rockefeller and X is, I mean, not Rockefeller, Rough Riders, and X is pretty much Rough Riders. Like, why didn't you guys work together, him and Cassidy? Like, why didn't them two powerhouses come together?
And that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy too.
It's millions of dollars lost.
Yeah, that's crazy too. And something else, my sister was just telling me that Swiss Beats came out with an interesting point how like, you know what I mean? Because you know, it was a lot of slander about X going on too, man. I ain't even gonna repeat dudes' names and nothing, but like dudes was coming out putting a lot of slander on X name, and it was crazy, like passing a lot of judgment about how a dude lived. Like, you know what I'm saying? When a lot of us had fell short in certain areas and did things that we, you know, that we not too proud of. But the great things that X did for you to even, you know what I'm saying, to talk about, like, and even same thing with Black Rob, like, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, dudes might have struggled with addiction or you know what I'm saying, have expressed certain ignorance that, I mean, display certain ignorance, but the great things that people did, that dudes did, like that gotta outweigh everything for one, you know what I'm saying? And we human, so niggas make mistakes. And look what both of them dudes came from. Them dudes came from the bottom. Like them dudes ain't come from fucking, you know what I'm saying, mad opportunities like
Okay.
X and Black Bro.
Bulldog Face says Onyx, MOP, and DMX on the remix. I don't know. I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go with the most popular version that there could have been of the remix because everybody says about Whoa, like what else could you have done with it to got it bigger than it was? And I think the answer, put DMX on it.
Yeah, DMX, Ludacris.
Ludacris. I don't know if it was his year yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe timing.
Yeah, Dragon spoke out about DMX as well. But Rastar says X and Dragon would be fire on the the Woe remix. That's a fact. Salute to you, Rastar, for tuning in, man. Hit that like button, share this video. I really appreciate you joining me to speak on this bond, being a veteran New York MC yourself, man.
Nah, you already know, man. Like I said, that shit caught me. I was just strolling on, taking the tube, seeing what was going on. That shit snatched me, bro. Like, I was like, whoa.
I know this is gonna mess. I know this is gonna mess Diddy up, man. I mean, these two guys they did like short movies together, man. You know the joint that they did with Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
Going nowhere?
Yeah.
Stop now?
Yeah.
It's Bad Boy for Life. You know what I'm saying?
That was one of my favorite songs, bro.
You know, that's
my favorite Diddy song ever.
You know, the
that's
video
my favorite Diddy song.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. They went and they got an actor charging $20 million a film to be in a skit for it, you know? Ben Stiller.
Facts.
Pink says, I love DMX. He prayed on every show, talked about his life, great music, real person, man of God.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, Kenyetta says they had a remix with Beanie Siegel.
They did.
Yeah. I'll have to give that one a Google. I think they should have took my option, unless my years just aren't matching up. But so Bonds, what do you remember about what do you remember about Black Rob's album, the Life Story album? I personally remember actually having that album, but also I had his second album. I had his second album, the Black Rob Report, the album that he put out when he got out of jail. You know, the album that Diddy was like, all right, Black Rob, we'll drop your album.
Yeah, and that's the one where he had the that shit that you don't want to play around. You don't want to play around with me. That's the one. That's the one he had that shit on.
I don't know about that, Bonds, but I'm trying to. He didn't really have a single on that one. It was, I think his single was called Hood Star, something like that.
Yeah, shout out to rest in peace of being though, man.
But he had a dope record on Life Story. You know, They Don't Know. The one was like, they don't know how crazy it is outside.
He snapped on that Puffy and the Family No Way Out album too.
Jesus.
He snapped on a lot of that shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, that's Puffy and the Family, Puff Daddy and the Family No Way Out. That's after Big Dog. He came with the group album, him Black Rob. It was a dope album. They had a lot of joints on it.
He was on I Love You Baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my shit too. I love you. Yeah, you drive me crazy. You know, that was that shit.
Black Rob was
and that Senorita shit too. I think Black Rob was on.
Black Rob was on 24 Hours to Live with Mace.
Hardest joints.
That was that actually had DMX on it, right?
That was Mace, Black Rob, and the Locks. I don't think DMX was on it.
Really? The X wasn't on that? Yes, he was on it. It was Black Rob, Locks, and DMX. 24 Hours to Live.
Facts. Hugging.
Couldn't forget that one, man. Couldn't forget that one. Yep, exactly. Hood Star. I think Hood Star was the single, but I'm not too sure because he didn't really. I think he had one music video, and I want to see if that album was actually even on Bad Boy. I think it was.
What, Hood Star?
No, the Black Rob Report. Yeah, it was on Bad Boy.
Yeah, all Black Rob shit was on Bad Boy.
Right, I'm just shocked that they put the Black Rob Report on Bad Boy because it was really an independent. It was like really seemed like an independent Bad Boy release, but it was actually on Atlantic Bonds, not independent.
Right. So he probably shipped him over there through the Bad Boy imprint. You know what I'm saying? Over there and got him a shit with Atlantic. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That's all. That's all that is.
Now it's making me wonder where did okay. Because the first album dropped on Arista.
Arista, yeah, okay.
Arista.
Right. And then Arista. Damn, I forgot about Arista.
And then his last album actually dropped on. You might know this independent label. They're called Duck Down.
Okay, yeah, Duck Down. Damn, that's my niggas, Black Moon and them. It's Buckshot Shorty and them.
Yep, Duck Down, New York-based label. In talent management, with Drew,
they pop Young M.A. They help Young M.A. pop. Yeah, Buckshot Shorty and them, man. That's from the Duck Down shit. You know, that's from the Fab Five, and that's from Boot Camp Click.
Yeah. Yep. Black Rob came home and linked up with Duck Down, man, and released Game Tested, Streets Approved, which was
Duck Down. You know Buckshot Shorty and them, Mikey.
I don't know if I know them, but I definitely know about Duck Down Records for sure.
Black Moon, man. You know Black Moon, Buckshot Shorty,
Cartagena,
Rock City, Bang Bang.
R.I.P. to Black Rob, man. R.I.P. to DMX.
BR.
R.I.P. to BR. Yep, X was on there. Rosewood. I don't forget that 24 Hours to Live. It wasn't my favorite record, to be 100% honest with you, man. Did you like
one of my favorites?
Did you like the concept nature of it?
Hell yeah. Dope. In the video, how they broke out of jail and all that shit on the bus.
Right. The video was the best part of it.
Yeah. I liked it. It was dope, you know. But you know, for me, I guess I would be biased towards that record because for me that was a time when I was really like, you know, hip hop was my world and shit. So you know, certain music grow with you, certain songs that, you know what I mean, have an imprint on your life at that time. So those records.
That record would make you want to be a rapper. Seeing all those guys together, it's like, yo.
And I was an artist, so
to be within this group, you know what I mean? To be hanging out with Styles, to be hanging out with Black Rob, DMX. You know what I mean? So
And that concept was so crazy. Like, if I had 24 hours to live, nigga, like
yo, what would I make my 8 to 12
what
bars
would you
about?
do? Who would you screw? You know what I mean?
What would you do? Screw.
Who would you want to notify with your ass the night that your ass was about to die?
Yep. Yeah, yo, that's why we jumped on here to talk about Black Rob. You know, we're not just on here to spew a bunch of bullshit. We're here to remember his legacy, to be 100% honest with you, in detail. You know, in that's coming from someone who has purchased both of his mainstream albums. Nothing against Game Tested Street Approved, because like I said, that's a great body of work as well. You know, I think that's a great, everything that Black Rob really did was he was really a good MC.
Nah, Black Rob was official, man. Official. Official Brooklyn G, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sugarcane says Black Rob was a nice looking man at one point. It's sad. I'm disappointed in Diddy. Well, you know, like Bonds was saying, you know, Black Rob actually, he got into a lot of different situations in his life, and Diddy kind of took him back throughout the majority of those times. You know, Diddy really, I think, cherished his relationship with Black Rob. You know, like I said, these guys not only did music in the studio together, filmed music videos, even music like short films, like, so they were around each other quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he respected Black Rob. Black Rob was official, man. You know what I'm saying? Black Rob was an official dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, everybody respected Black Rob, man. You know what I'm saying?
Another great
Everybody
song.
respected Black Rob. But yeah, them drugs.
Another great song, Spanish Harlem. Black Rob was very, very lyrical. If you listen to his first album, you can see how lyrical he was. Spanish Harlem, great song. I haven't listened to that in about 6 months, man. But that's one that I came on to a little bit later. So I'm gonna go listen to that. But yeah,
I Love You, Baby. He was lyrical on that shit. You know what I mean? Told those, you know what I'm saying? He told the whole story on that shit.
Yep. Twan said the Black Rob Report was the shit. Yeah, I really like that album. You know, I really, not as much as Life Story, because of the I'm gonna have to say the number of songs and the production value. I'm gonna have to say that's probably the reasoning on that. Life Story had a lot of records on. Let me see if I'm wrong. How many records did the Black Rob Report? No, Black Rob Report actually had 22 joints on it, and Life Story had 21 joints on it. Back when music actually mattered, man, and they put 20 joints on a tape. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you was really going to listen to the tape though. Like, niggas was really getting a tape.
Appreciate you, Star King. Appreciate you. Let your friends know about the channel. Everybody that's watching right now who hasn't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. We are going to be coming live tomorrow with ARAB's first official statement since the 45-year sentencing, for everybody wondering. But with the Black Rob news dropping today, I had to push a couple things back. And I had to come on and speak about it because, like I said, those are two albums that I actually had.
Yeah, bro. That's crazy, man.
And the way that I got the Black Rob Life Story album was actually it was just in a pile of CDs, and I saw it there. Life Story. I'm like, Life Story. That sounds like something I could actually listen to.
Yeah. See? Yeah.
Margaret, thank you for tuning in. Mississippi in the building.
Mississippi, yeah, my mom. That's what's up.
Kay D'Souza says, big ups to Ab. They went too hard on him. Well, stay tuned tomorrow night. Bonds, myself, Rosewood. Well, Bonds, you're going to be on the show tomorrow? You're going to be traveling?
Yeah, I'll be in the show. I'll be tapping them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, they went hard on him, bro. 45 type shit.
45 years, man.
They went hard on him, bro.
Like a young Young Blue, for instance, Bonds, he sounded off. He's like, how the hell they give this guy 40 years in jail for selling drugs and they won't even give a cop, they don't even want to give a cop 10 years. They don't even want to give a cop 5 years in jail.
Yeah, that's too long, 45, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I was expecting like the 15, 20, or maybe even 25. I wasn't expecting over 25.
Yeah, yesterday we had like all the OBH members in here. Well, we had Razor in and we had Berto in yesterday. We had a lit panel of the OBH guests, and I want y'all to expect a lot more out of that. I was actually touching base with Lil Johnny today. He's got a lot of heat coming. And the snitch got a lighter sentence. The guy who actually has a few bodies.
Oh, what he got? What they get to do?
I'm not too sure yet. They haven't. I don't think they're promising him 10 to 15 years. That's what the detective promised him. But yo, the detective isn't the one who sends out the sentence. That's like a dumbass. Only a dumbass would believe a detective.
Oh yeah. Detective can't tell you shit, man.
Yeah, you don't give out the sentencing, man. You can go in there and say to the judge, I want you to sentence this man to 20 years, and then the judge would sentence the guy to freaking 5 years. You know what I mean? The judge doesn't give a shit what the cop says like that in some cases.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. After he arrests you, it's over. His job is over, bro.
Yeah.
He arrests you, he got to pass that on to the fucking DA and shit, but
45 years is too much. That's a shame. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I could only imagine how Ab is feeling in there, like having to go home knowing that they sentenced you to 45 years.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, like he should be given more than half that shit back. When it's all said and done, that shit gonna be down to like 15, the minimum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really believe that. Like I really believe that. When it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 15.
So let me check out this report here from Revolt TV. They had posted at 4:40 this afternoon. Black Rob passes away. So they were saying that like after a rough week since the passing of the famed rapper DMX, the hip hop community is now mourning the loss of another star. According to the close friend Mario Winans, who posted about his passing on IG, Black Rob has sadly passed away. And as I said earlier, Mario Winans went on his gram not even a few hours ago, now just an hour and a half ago, and he posted, "This shit hurt my heart. We will never forget you, brother. Rest in peace, Black Rob." So this is obviously hitting Mario Winans hard. Let me see. We all know Mario Winans from his relationship with Diddy.
Yeah, facts.
Producer, songwriter. Let me see. Where is Winans from though?
Baltimore, I believe.
Oh, Baltimore.
I believe, yep.
You know, when these guys they get put into a label, it's kind of like, you know, we saw a little bit of it, what Diddy did with the band. We saw a little bit of it on television, but you got to imagine like when these guys get together on Bad Boy Records, they take on more of a family type of relationship as well.
No doubt, yeah. Dude just touring, dude just making money together, dude just of course, for sure.
Trying to make it work, you know, they're spending time in the studio trying to find a hit single.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and you know, actually, Brillo, I had done it a little. I had Brillo on the channel. You were here actually, and he said Rough Riders is known as more than just a label. Rough Riders is a family. You know, a lot of record labels take on that type of relationship.
You got to, bro, because you know hip hop is competitive, so you gotta form like Voltron, you know what I mean, with your dudes, and y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying? Most likely you're gonna be tested. When y'all go through shit together, you know what I mean? Dudes eating together, making money together. Of course.
11:30 Entertainment says, "Rest in peace to my favorite rapper, BR." Damn.
Y'all.
Kevin Dunk says, "Too many black artists are dying broke." Bonds, could you touch on that, man? You got an artist, Black Rob here, who had a major single, like Whoa, you know what I mean? Sort of like maybe similar to Designer Panda.
Yeah.
How does somebody with that height, how does somebody who has reached that height, you know, a song that could go in any movie or whatever, how does he end up broke, saying that he's actually homeless?
Well, I would think first we gotta understand and be realistic that somebody's lyrical talent doesn't necessarily mean they're and not to say it in a rude way, but doesn't mean they have the business that they business savvy. You know what I'm saying? And when you're talking about the music industry, these artists that are attached to these major labels don't own a publishing. You know what I'm saying? Essentially. So, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes business is not where it's supposed to be. So, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, when you're not doing shows and the record is not producing as much money as it did, you know what I'm saying, initially, you're not in a position to really collect money and keep money going if you don't have your business, you know what I'm saying, in order. So
Wow.
dudes, you know what I mean? A lot of dudes don't own their publishing, man. And that's the long version, you know what I mean? But
Man, Bonds, I kind of totally agree with what you're saying in the sense that just because somebody is the most dope artist, just because somebody can string words together and like they can make amazing melodies or whatever, it doesn't mean they're going to end up rich.
nah, don't mean they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, don't mean you know what I mean? I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to,
No, that's
say
not being
nice
disrespectful. You're just speaking a fact, man. Anybody, every single person that's walking down the street without a ride, listening, you know, like they're humming something to themselves and they're making a great, you know, and they're like, damn, if this was on a beat and I was just singing it or rapping it, no, that's not how it works. Just because you can record something or say something that sounds really good, it doesn't mean you're going to be rich. Like that Biggie, just because Biggie had great flows, it didn't mean he was going to be rich. He had to put himself in the right position.
And you got to understand, when you get a record deal, you automatically in the wrong position, because you got to think about it like this. Of course, a label is gonna take your publishing, because I'm a businessman, right? If a label's a business, if they're gonna put a whole bunch of money into the product, which is you, into promoting and placing and making sure that that product produce money, why would they not own the product? It wouldn't make sense from a business standpoint. So that's why you have to put your own money out, even though most people won't have that money or have the know-how to do it. But right now, thankfully, the game is opening up where it's so easy for artists to operate independently and own everything. But they come from a different era kind of, and you know what I'm saying. Like, but when you're dealing with the labels anyway, that's why you see everybody, Taylor Swift, all these big artists is trying to fight to get out their labels, because they realize like you're gonna get that look, but you ain't gonna have no ownership, man. You're not gonna have that.
Yep. So yeah, when you were just saying that, I actually just looked up who produced Whoa. It was Buck Wild. You know what I mean? And you got to think without the person who's going to put that money behind you, like who's going to back what you're doing? You know what I mean? Who's even going to put you in the position to get with Buck Wild to make a song? Hell, if you meet Buck Wild at Stop and Shop, who's going to put you and Buck Wild in a position in a studio that's going to be able to capture the record the way it needs to be captured with the right engineer putting it together? You know, you need that person that's going to put the money up. And all these labels, your Virgin Records, your Universal Republic, any of these major labels, probably
they're gonna put the money up and do what? Give you the publishing?
No, they probably wouldn't even have noticed you.
Are you crazy? Yeah.
They wouldn't even have noticed you without somebody like Diddy coming in and promoting a Craig Mack and promoting a Biggie. You know what I mean? That type of shit, Bonds. Like, they won't even notice you unless somebody puts up some money, like you're saying, to get your good record recorded, to get a
You gotta
video.
understand business, man. You gotta understand business. So yeah, unfortunately, these they didn't own the labels, they didn't own the music. So, you know, they fell victim, bro.
Yep, Ricky says, "Yep, you have to make yourself. You have to make your You have to make yourself owner of the label. Otherwise, stay solo."
Yeah, and figure out how to get back the money that you put out for yourself. You understand? Because artists gonna put all that money out, but labels are gonna put all of that money out, but see, they have things set up to get the money back, right? So they're gonna put all this money into the artist, but they have the shows and they have the not only the album sales, but they have the merch and the different things that they have that they that they're gonna get to recoup. So as an independent artist, you want to put out that money yourself, but you also want to use them as seeds. You want to plant those money seeds and invest in them in yourself, but you also want them to bring back some kind of effect to keep that ball rolling and keep making a gradual progress as an artist. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it independently as yourself. It's a slow grind, but a lot of dudes want that fame. So, they gotta, they gotta sign to the label to get that immediately, you know what I'm saying? And then you sacrifice the long haul, man.
So, Bonds, back in the day when Black Rob was hot with like Whoa Out, man, did you hear about, like, was he doing a lot of shows in New York? Was he doing a lot more shows outside of New York? Were you hearing about these things? Because, like, when French Montana came out with Ain't Worried About Nothing, you heard every single nightclub he was going to.
Yeah. But too, I think it was a different situation as far as, well, like, because it's different eras though, too. So with Black Rob in them era, he was attached to a major label. So they was probably doing different kind of shows as opposed to when, like, remember when French and them came out, like all the strip club shits and popping and everything, like it was more little bags to which, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I think French was doing probably more shows. But I would say the record outside of shows, because you got to think about too, the record outside of shows generated way more money than any French record.
Well, the record generated a lot of interest. What was it like in New York though, man? Were was his picture plastered up all over the place? Like the girl said he was a very the shorty said that he's a very good looking guy. Did they post his picture up on all the sides of the walls and shit so everybody could see Black Rob? What was it like when Whoa came out, man? Or was it
it was on the radio all the time, and he did have those I think it was like the artwork with like the black or pitch black background in his face or something. I think it was that album. So I think he was promoting the album like either before or right after. Like, so yeah, he was that was like the height of, but it was yeah, he rocked, and they rocked for a minute, I believe. Cause shit, what year was that?
Let's see. It was 2000. February 2000. It was a little cold out. It was still rocking by the summer though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that shit was rocking for a while. Yeah. That shit rocked a good quarter.
I think a lot of people were just too caught up with him following it up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think the record, what was it called? What was that record called? The one where They Don't Know How Crazy It Is Outside. Let me just look it up real quick. Life Story. It's the lead single. It's the single.
How does it go? They'll not crazy it is outside.
Never had a dime, my life a crime. Mom drunk off wine. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you don't know how crazy it is outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't remember that shit, yo? That shit was lit, man.
Mm-hmm. Probably, I definitely I know probably if I hear that shit.
He said, check the skit. Nobody ever gave me shit. If anything, frame me and make me get 3 to 6. My first bid. I'm getting into my Black Rob voice. 3 to 6. My first bid. He had a voice too, man. He really had
Like,
a
we all had a voice, man. We all had a voice, man. My son had a voice, man. Yeah, he did.
Bad
Yeah, he
Boy
did.
for Life. Yup, Bad Boy for Life. Bad Boy for Life followed it up. Really? Like so I don't know why anybody was kind of saying that he didn't follow up like whoa.
Nah, Bad Boy for Life was after that, I thought.
Yeah, yeah, it was after that. He followed up like whoa with Bad
Not
Boy.
immediately after. Bad Boy for Life was 2001. Nah, I wasn't.
I think it was 2003.
That shit was like 4 or 5 or some shit.
Yeah, I think it was 2003. Hold on. No, it was 1 second. No, I got the
That
movie.
shit was like 4, 5, 6 or some shit. What was that? That shit was. We talking that we ain't
Oh yeah, that was 2001, bro.
because it's Bad Boy for Life.
Yeah, man. I don't see why
Oh,
people
actually, because that wasn't that was that on the Bad Boy soundtrack?
that was on the that was on Diddy's album. The Saga Continues.
That's a fact. That was
Yeah.
2001.
Yeah, that was June. That must have released in June or May of 2001 because the album came out in July. So I don't know why people were giving Black Rob flack. Diddy put him on it? I mean, it wasn't his own solo record.
Yeah. But back and then Black Raw was kind of solidified already before then though. So but it's just like it's like kind of like I don't know. In New York, I guess niggas got to feel like Black Rob never got his just due because he was always really going through shit like jail and all that shit. So it was like always a thing like, yo, Diddy, when you gonna put that Black Rob album out? You know what I'm saying? Remember that when it was like, you know what I'm saying, niggas was looking for Black Rob. And then I guess but the
Interesting.
Woe was a little late, but it came. Woe came.
So right after Woe was done, they released Black Rob, right? In his album, Black Rob's album came out in March 2000 after the single popped off in February, right? And then they released Shine's album in September 2000, right after the Woe single bubbled down. And then they come back with The Saga Continues. Bad Boy was coming with some shit.
Fact.
They was coming with some shit, man. If I had to ask you right now, Bonds, off the top of your head, did Shine feature Black Rob on his debut album? Yes or no?
I would say didn't get Sean's debut album. I ain't gonna hold you up, but I would say yeah if it came out that close after.
Nope, he did not feature him on the album.
Was Black Rob still around? Like, did he fucking go to jail or some shit? Like,
let's see if Black Rob featured Shine on his album. I'm gonna say no as well, but Black Rob did have quite a few features on Life Story.
but Black Rob fucked with Big, so maybe he felt some kind of way about Sean.
All right, so let's go over these features on the Life Story. He actually had CeeLo Green featured on Looking at Us. So major feature right there. Down the line joint, he had Puff, Mark Curry, Mace, and G Dep. He had Little Kim featured. He had The Lox featured. He had Mario Winans featured on Muscle Game. And Mario Winans actually produced that as well. Yep. Carl Thomas. I know Bonds.
Oh, Mario Winans.
Yeah, Mario Winans. Yeah, I don't want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
He had Carl Thomas, he had Puffy, and then as somebody shouted out earlier, Spanish Fly with Jennifer Lopez. I don't understand. You have Jennifer Lopez on your album, but that's not a single. That doesn't make much sense to me.
Maybe I don't know. Was Jennifer Lopez that big then though? I don't think she was that big then though, bro.
Yeah, you might be right.
She wasn't that big then.
Let me
Because remember, that was before they got into that shit with the shooting and shit. Man. That's probably when they was hanging out.
Yeah, she must have had that record with Fat Joe and Big Pun out though, man.
Yeah, but that shit ain't make a fucking use.
Let me see. Yeah, because she had only dropped her album on the 6th at that point. Yeah, and she had Feeling So Good on there.
Yeah.
And she had and she had Waiting for Tonight on there, man. That's J-Lo's best song.
Waiting for Tonight. Oh.
Yep. That and what was the other one called with Fat Joe and Big Pun? That Feeling So Good. No, Feeling So Good was her best song.
Yeah. Feeling so good.
So yeah, she was a bona fide star. So I think the problem was more so budgeting.
Fuck around.
They're like, yo, Black
But
Rock.
maybe after because how when the case happened and all that, how far maybe that was in the plans, and then when that case happened, it was like she was like, nah, girl, I ain't fucking with y'all.
Or maybe it was like, Black Rob, your whole deal is worth $450,000. To get Jennifer Lopez on set, it is $450,000. So just
right, like, so what's your budget? Oh, 200. Oh yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, nah, Rosewood. Yeah, she was dating Puff at the time. Bonds was saying that's probably how she ended up jumping on the record.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And also Two-Way Brooklyn is saying the 2000 artist was not getting money like you think a major artist gets. Many artists have come out and said that
220, they still ain't getting it like you think they get, man.
Artists have come out and said that these artists nowadays get a lot more money than they did back then, man. Like the Kodak Blacks getting paid $50,000-$60,000 a show. People
Oh yeah. Show, yeah, hell yeah.
Show back
show money is definitely show money is up for sure. Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is my like making money label wise, but yeah, hell yeah, show money dudes is getting money.
A lot of these guys like Little Durk, the show money that he gets, Young Thug, Boosie, these guys get Boosie getting 70,000 a show bonds. Who would have ever thought?
Yeah. But see, that's not every show. That's when niggas do their biggest shows. What niggas could get when they be saying them numbers like that. Niggas be doing shows. You can catch niggas for 10, 5.
I saw Boosie do it. I filmed the show with Boosie before he was getting paid 35.
Yeah, Boosie is a big artist. He could get that.
Jeezy, Yo Gotti.
Yeah, them niggas is getting that.
Moneybagg Yo, Little Durk, Chief Keef. These guys are getting some money for shows. I don't know about Chief Keef anymore, but
Chief Keef, follow what the fuck out of shit?
Yo, Bossman Don says, yo, what do you mean a versus, Bonds? Do you mean a verse? Or do you mean what does he mean, Bonds?
How much for a verse? It depends on how hot the song is, bro. Depends on the work.
I've actually got Bonds' Instagram pinned to the chat. If anybody wants to hit Bonds up, follow Bonds. I got it pinned to the chat right now. If anybody wants to hit Bonds about a feature, if you guys want to hit Bonds about a feature in a music video, Bonds, I assume you would do a music video with an artist too?
Putting it, yeah, hell yeah, music video, all that. We can get the songs. We can do, you know what I mean? Got radio, all that. You know what I mean? So, you could reach out and and let me know what you want to do if you're trying to do something, and we could come together on something. We could collab on something, bro. I'm down to work with. Other independent artists, whatever, man. I'm on deck.
So Bossman said,
you're not gonna do that, boss. Boss Man Don, that's a very hard thing to do, Boss Man Don. I'm not even just saying that because I mean that's if you could do that, that'll be that's I don't even think that's possible. I'm not even just saying that because I'm talking about myself, but I'm being honest about my lyrical ability.
Hold on.
And it's I don't think there's a man that could fucking smoke me, man.
This is what I wanted to address. This is what I was kind of trying to talk about earlier. Ricky D says, I mean, Black Rob couldn't do too many shows off of like Whoa alone. I disagree with that. I think that he should have been able to do
He
1,000.
had more than that. Yeah, he had more than just Wodo, bro. He had more stuff though, Black Rob, and then he had a lot of other shit, like not just his album shit. Like he was on a lot of dope shits, like the 24 Hours to Live, like the shits with Puffy. He got mad shits with Puffy and all that. So niggas could have did a show like.
Also, he could have done several guest spots where people who are coming to New York would be like, yo, Black Rob, we want you to come out and we're going to throw you some bands to perform at our show. I think the record Whoa opened him up to so many different opportunities, Bonds. He should have been able to do a Like Whoa 1, Like Whoa 2, and a Like Whoa 3 tour. You know what I mean? Like every different year, like 2001, the Whoa tour, 2002, the Like Whoa Tour 2, 2003, the Like Whoa Tour 3. Like he should have branded it how these dudes are doing their mixtapes and made like the Scream tour. You know what I mean? And just turned it into the Like Whoa tour if he was thinking business oriented.
I think it would have took for him to do something like that. It probably would have took like Puffy to do something like that because he would have had to incorporate some
Well,
other artists with like probably like artists with big songs around that time that was around that big because he couldn't have did all of that. Like even with the Scream show, if you're looking at you talking about artists with a bigger fan base and it was multiple artists. So I mean he could have done that. That could have been marketed like that. Like Puffy could have did something like that, but he
but
didn't.
he's got to do it without Puff. He's got to do it without.
Nah, he couldn't have did that without Puff. Who
If
he
he
would have had to do it with somebody.
if he
If it
does it
wasn't
without
Puff, it would
Puff,
have been somebody.
Bonds, you can't just be the artist that always looks to your big homie like, yo,
Yeah,
I can't do this without you. You got to step outside. That was the
true.
difference with Gunplay, Torch, and Breed, and Meek Mill and Wale. You know, some people want to sit around and be like, I can't do this without Diddy. If he would have showed Diddy he could have did that, Diddy would have been like, yo, man, I need to invest in this tour. The Like Whoa tour could be a thing that goes on for 20 years. It could be going on this year with all the, like you're saying, all the hot artists that are making the most Like Whoa music.
Yeah. No, you ain't lying.
You know, but like Black Rob should have took initiative rather than worry about what Diddy was going to think about something like that, Bonds. It's like, what about you in your situation? If you were just like, yo, I could do that, but Shay Davis could help me do that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you can't always look to your big homie. Like that's what Banks and Buck failed. Like, but I can do this, but how can 50 help me with it? It doesn't matter how 50 can help you with it, man. It's all about how you can help yourself.
True story. Yeah, real shit.
Yeah, Boss Man said, what's your gram? I got it pinned, Boss Man. Also, you could hit Rosewood, spill_ENT. Two-way Brooklyn says, no shine on the Black Rob. Yup, we went over that a second ago. They were not featured on each other's album. Bonds brought up an interesting point about Biggie, which I don't know if that's true, but it's an interesting point, Bonds.
Why?
That maybe he wasn't as close with Shine because of the whole Biggie thing going on back then.
Yeah, he probably wasn't going. And Black Rob, I ain't getting on no track with that nigga. You never know. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But
it's a good theory. It's a good theory because you know how people are, man. Look what they did to Gorilla Black. They pretty much shunned him from even having a career.
I might not get on the track. Would you get on the track with somebody, God forbid, you know what I mean, in front of your mans, you know what I mean? Would you get on the track with a dude that sound like him or that dude just comparing him to?
I think the question here is, Bonds, would you, Bonds being the rapper, I think the question is, would you get on a track with Gorilla Black?
If I was in the bad boy camp, or right
No,
now, it's Vaughn Simmons.
yeah, if right now it's obvious, yes, you would do a record
Right,
with Gar-
right now, it's obvious. Yes, of course I would. But if I was down with Bad Boy and I was fucking with Biggie, and then after Biggie died, this dude came around. Nah, I don't know. It depends. If I talk to the dude and we like, yo, nah, and then I really like, oh, nah, he was trying to be big, and then we came to an understanding, and then I'd be like, all right,
I see what you're saying, Bonds, because you probably, if you were with Bad Boy back then, you would have had an opportunity to speak with somebody like Shine.
right. So maybe if I felt him, maybe depends on what type of person he was. If I felt him like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? Like son is official, then maybe right.
Yep.
Maybe it didn't work out.
Iceberg said it, man. Shine, Gorilla Black, and even Gravy were all frowned upon by Biggie fans.
Right, type shit. So yeah, he probably and Black Rob is the type of dude that, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't do it for
Out of those three, who do you like the best out of those three? Shine, Gorilla Black, or Gravy?
uh, maybe Sean. I don't know enough about Gorilla Black and Gravy. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
I actually I actually copped Gorilla Black's first album.
Oh, okay.
It was all
How
right.
was it? I only seen like the video shit he came out with, so I never heard a Gorilla Black album.
No, Gorilla Black got a pretty big push, man. He had a decent manager. The guy who was managing the game, Jimmy Henchman, was actually managing him, so that's why
Okay.
he's taken off. But I would
So
definitely have to say Shine. Shine, he's had two great albums between his debut Shine album and the Godfather Buried Alive album. I'm a big fan of Shine, man.
yeah, I think Sean. I would say I would have to pick Sean under that. You know what I'm saying?
How did New York react to Shine's music, man? Like when he did the record Bad Boys with the Barrington Levy cat, the heavily like reggae influence. How did New York react to that?
Yeah, I think it was a mix in the beginning with Sean because of the sound and like big. But I guess once like the video came out and once even like before that, I guess it kind of died down quick. Dudes was like not fucking with Sean, and then it was like alright, and then dudes was kind of fucking with him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But the jury I think was still out when he caught the case and shit. And when he caught the case and shit, I think all that shit really went out the window, man.
Hold on, what do you mean?
I think a lot of people was a lot of people like saying, you know what I'm saying, like not Jack and Sean. You know what
He
I'm
never
saying? It was
really
like still 50-50. It was like the jury was still out, like, you know what I'm saying?
The people never
But
really got behind him like that to the point where he became a major recording artist,
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
which
And
sucks.
after the shit with the shooting, like kinda, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I'm just like, like when he dropped the joint like Bad Boys, like and he was rapping like that, or when he dropped Bonnie and Shine. Do you remember Bonnie and Shine dropped?
I think I remember that video a little bit. Yeah.
And then he
But
had what was his big sing? What was his big? That's Gangsta. New York had to
yeah,
love That's Gangsta, right?
yeah. Yeah, that's gangster was hard. And I like the shit with Barrington Levy too. Like, you know what I'm saying? The video was dope. And that for me, that's I when I seen that video, I kind of started fucking with him a little bit. Like
Right.
I was like, he alright. I was like, this dude is alright.
He's not necessarily just a Biggie wannabe because Biggie didn't do
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
Biggie wasn't known for infusing the reggae into his shit.
No, but Biggie was Jamaican though, too. So
This guy Shine can't catch a break, man, because
word. Like, you know what
his
I'm
albums
saying?
only sold his albums only sold like 150,000, so it's not really like I don't know if he's really comparable to Big on that level.
Yeah, nah, hell no. and he wasn't as good as Big.
Of course, he's not on that. Like, when we talk our top 5 lists, Big always comes up. Shine is kind of outside of the top 10. Yeah, Shine is
Nah,
outside of the top 10.
yeah, he outside of the top 10. Shine is outside of the top 50.
Yeah, but that's because he didn't get to have the career that he needed to have. Like,
Oh, and that's because he's not that. He wasn't that. In my opinion, he wasn't that good. He wasn't that good.
he got locked up for 10 years. He didn't get to prove if he was that good.
What he did put out wasn't that good.
What he put out was mediocre. And then what he put out when he got out of jail was horrible.
Yeah.
So Shine's first 2 albums versus Black Rob's first 2 albums. Oh man, I don't think we can do that today, man. I don't think we can do that today. That's interesting. That's interesting. What's up?
I don't think. Well, I don't. I wouldn't. I would say. Well, I would have to. You have to compare the albums, but I would say Black Rob is better than Sean.
Okay. So Shine's first album came out on Arista, and the second album came out. Oh, the second album actually didn't drop with Bad Boy. So yeah, Shine's second album actually wasn't even with Bad Boy. Remember he signed that $3 million deal with Def Jam?
Yeah.
That's even an interesting concept right there, based on the fact that Black Rob said he signed with Bad Boy for $450,000. You got to
my shit went low.
What you got, the TV on?
Alright.
What's that, the TV?
Oh, okay, hold on. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I find it interesting that Shine actually signed to Def Jam for like $3 million, and then Black Rob signed to Bad Boy for $450,000.
Yeah,
oh yeah. Well, I'm saying, but I don't know. I guess with Black Rob, he got 450,000 up front though.
I don't know if it was 450 up front.
Yeah, Black Rob just
450,000 up front would be awesome.
Yeah.
What is that? Is it paper?
If somebody just came up on you and dropped 450,000 on you, like how Yo Gotti did, you know what I mean? Like if Diddy did that, who's turning that shit down? But
Black Rob came from the bottom. He wasn't turning nothing down, bro.
We got our boy tapping in right now. Yeah, facts, Bonds. Let's welcome Philly, y'all. Rosewood, what's popping, man?
Salute, Mikey T. Bonds. What up, my J?
Bill, looking like it's good out there. That sun out there, man. It's cold up here, bro.
You see cloud?
Yep.
It's chilly in Philly too, bro.
It's not exactly ready yet. People thinking it was ready a couple days ago, but it's not exactly ready yet.
Nah, I ain't ready yet. Not yet. Old man Winter still got some days left.
My sound is down. I'm gonna tap out and back in.
Maybe by Memorial Weekend, things will be nice and ready to go. I think. You think before that?
Yeah, definitely by that.
But
definitely by that. Yeah.
So Rosewood, man, a couple days ago, a video popped up of Black Rob actually in the hospital speaking on DMX.
Right.
And
I remember that.
And he was released after that. So I just thought, everything's good. I was like, I hope somebody comes out and helps. Like, the whole out public started reaching out to Diddy. There was a rumor that Diddy was about to do something or that he did do something. But Black Rob was out of the hospital, so I thought everything was good, man. What were your thoughts on all that now that he's passed away, kind of out of nowhere?
My thoughts about it that he didn't want to go in the hospital. I think it was almost kind of inevitable You know, we don't know the extent of the situation, but when I seen the first video when he was in the hospital, it didn't look good. You know, and we don't know if the doctors told him he had days to live. We don't know the extent of it. But when he got home, I don't think he was able to have the care that he had when he was in the hospital, and his body couldn't take it. You know, and at the end of the day, I think he wanted to. You know, I don't think he wanted to go in the hospital. At least go somewhere where his loved ones can be around him. You know, have a better care of life when he go. Rest in peace, Black Rob, man. Street legend right there, man.
Yep. I think you're 100% accurate on that, man. You know, at one point, my grandmother was suffering from leukemia in the 80s, and she was in the hospital, you know, away from her family. My grandfather said to her, "Do you want to come home or do you want to stay in here?" So she came home, you know, seemingly to pass away with her family, you know, in her family's arms, in the loving care, you know what I mean? But she ended up living. So I see what you're saying about that, Rosewood. Sometimes people will not want to pass away in the hospital. So I'm glad you came and gave that perspective, because I didn't even think about that, man. You know, I just thought he's out of the hospital. Things must be a little bit better than we were thinking, you know. But he dropped another video where he was like, "I just want to go to sleep. I'm tired, man. Just let me go to sleep. I don't want to talk about this bullshit anymore." Now, and you know, a lot of people think, okay, go to sleep. You'll be better in the morning, right? But some,
No,
like you were saying, you need that treatment.
yeah, yeah, you need that 24-hour care. And I think he probably, like he said, he was tired. He was tired of going through all that 24-hour care and all that. He said, I'm done. He said, I'm finished with this. Let me go out the way I want to go out.
Yeah, a lot of people get like that, man. Even Freddie Mercury from the band Queen. I was watching the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, and he was just like, at a certain point, he was done with the you know what I mean? At a certain point, he was done with the rehab or the treatment. I was even watching an interview with Little Reese, you know, Little Reese, who got hit in the neck, and now his voice has changed, you know, GBE. Little Reese was saying that he was supposed to go to rehab for his voice, and he was just like, he didn't want to do it. You know, this is kind of like a common thing, you know, when not wanting to like be in the position of help by the hospital or something.
No, I won't say that. I would say like when you're on your deathbed, you know, you're on your deathbed, whatever your situation is, and you don't got too long to make it, or you know it's inevitable that you're not going to be here for too long, then that's the case. But like like you were saying with the other case, I won't say it's like that because you gonna want help. You gonna want the doctors to treat you the best way they can, you know, to try to save your life, you know, for your life to continue on. That's the thing. That's why you need that 24-hour treatment. You know, like we don't know the extent of Black Rob's sickness. We don't know what put him in that position. We don't know what he was going through suffering before this. You know, we didn't really hear anything too much about Black Rob.
And Rosewood, you can't see inside of your body. You know what I mean? You can't see what's going on with all your organs. You know what I mean? That's kind of why you need to be in the hospital and being taken care of. Even though he was saying, you know, I'm hurt, I'm hurting, I'm not feeling right. You know, you can't legitimately see what is wrong with you. You know, that's why people are trained to do that type of shit, man.
And best believe the doctors, they told him what was going on. You know, he's not going to disclose that to the
Right,
public, but the
right.
doctors told, but the doctors told him what's going on. They kept it real with him. They're gonna keep it real with you. You know, you go through those situations, man, where you have to sign that paper for them to revive you. You know, and that's a hard decision. So he might have had to do that, and he said, "No, I'm going home. Don't let me out."
I'm going home. Never mind all this shit. I'm going home. Like just like I was saying, like at a certain point when some shit happened to my finger and there was like you got to go to rehab. I went to rehab like twice. And I was like, "What, rehab? I want to go home." You know what I mean? like Little Reese was saying, Bonds, I don't know if you caught it, but Little Reese was doing an interview and they wanted him to go to rehab for his voice, to help his voice so he can talk better. And he's like, no, I don't want to go to rehab. I want to go home. I want to go home. It's like sometimes you got to take the care that they provide you. Even me, I regret not taking the care that they were going to provide for me, that I probably ended up having.
No better. Yeah. When things don't help properly, like, nah, man, you got to take care of yourself, man. Like, for real, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Lil Reese, being a rapper, he should have definitely took the rehab. Because you're a rapper, you want your voice to come back strong. Like, I had a situation. I couldn't walk or whatever. You think I want to go to rehab so I can walk regular? I don't got to walk with a limp. I can walk, actually walk again. No, I'm not fucking around with that. No, man. You don't fuck around with your health. What I said is the difference between Black Rob saying, look, I know I don't have that much to live, opposed to you say, like, Reese not going to rehab. Like, saying I want to go home, that's two different things.
Right.
You want to go home, that's because you don't want to rehab. Like, Rob want to go home and say, listen, if I got to go out, I want to go out where I want to go out at. Not in this hospital.
So he chose to go home, Black Rob, they said?
I don't really know.
He would have to.
100% honest with you, man. I don't know. I don't know what happened when he started feeling sick again, or if somebody found him in his house and then he went back to the hospital. I don't know the particulars of that for everybody asking in the chat. Y'all can go open up a newspaper or type in a website link and go read about that. Right now, we're speaking about Black Rob. You know what I'm saying? Like all the other stuff, like, come on. Rosewood, I want to ask you about what's your memories of Black Rob, bro?
Oh man, my first memory of Black Rob was I don't think it was a Clue mixtape. It might have been like a DJ SNS mixtape, or it was one of the famous DJs. Black Rob had a crazy freestyle on there, and then the next thing I know, he dropped Whoa. And I remember watching Whoa on BET. Even back then, people used to do it. You used to take your VHS tape. You used to tape your favorite videos off of BET and MTV. Bonds, you know what I'm talking about. Like you had your own video mix. So you play your own video mix, whatever. And I remember Whoa was on my video mixtape. His first album, definitely banging his first album. I didn't really get into a second album like that, but the first album, definitely was something I was banging. I was definitely banging Black Rob. And still to this day, his tracks off that album that I'm going back.
Yep. Like the title track.
Yeah. It was a great project. It was a great project. I don't think Puffy promoted it. I don't think Puffy really knew how to promote Black Rob, because Puffy was more on the flashiness, the shiny suit or whatever like that. Black Rob is a gritty dude. You can give him, have him fly, but he's gonna be that fly gritty dude from the block, and that's what people liked about Black Rob. So I don't think Puffy really knew how to market Black Rob properly.
Well, Bonds and I, we were just really looking back at the history. Black Rob's album Life Story came out in March of 2000. Like Whoa released February 15th. And by the end of the summer, Bad Boy was readying the release of Shine's debut album, Shine, September. So that year was the year that Diddy was stepping away. He wasn't Diddy then, but that was the year that he stepped away from that shiny suit and went into the gangster image of it and tried to put on a different persona.
Well, because he had Shine, and he thought Shine was going to be the next Biggie. That's why. And I think Black Rob got locked up at that time. I think he did. I think Black Rob got into some legal trouble at that time. I don't think he had to do a long bid, but he had to do a little bid at that time.
And then he came back and he did another bid. Yep.
Yeah, he came back. and then he did another bit. Exactly.
And then Diddy actually put out his album, The Black Rob Report, which you had slightly mentioned.
Yeah, yeah, he put that out, but Black, like I said, it wasn't promoted right, and Black Rob was in and out of jail, so he
Right.
wasn't able to promote it right. He wasn't able to jump on the mixtapes and do all the stuff that he needed to do to make his album out there like that.
Whoa.
So,
Yo, Alien says the first album was legit. Diddy didn't push it. Honestly, I think the first album, it was pushed based on the success of Whoa. You know, like I just said, they released Whoa Bonds in February 15th, and then the album came out March 7th. So I think that was actually perfect timing.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect timing. 3 weeks later, yeah, I guess they knew that. They probably knew they had that as soon as they, you know what I mean, they knew that was gonna be a hit. That was an undeniable banger.
Right. So then they shine, and then Rosewood, as we were saying, they came out with the Saga Continues album, which featured Bad Boys for Life with Black Rob. So Black Rob legitimately had a major featured single the very next year. Bad Boys for Life, him, Mark Curry, and Diddy, and Ben Stiller, for crying out loud. So really all the talk of he didn't follow up like Whoa is kind of moot.
well, the thing is, I think around that time, Puff was moving in a different direction. When he came out with that, he was going in a whole different, that Bad Boys for Life, he was going in a whole different direction there. I don't think, Puffy put Black Rob on to show Black Rob love, but I think he was going in a whole different direction. I don't think he was thinking about Black Rob no more.
Hold on. So okay, when did G Dep Special Delivery released in 2001.
They pushing G Dep album. Put Black Rob on there too. I would say he tried to put Black Rob in the mix, but it just didn't work. It just didn't work.
Okay.
So that's why I said like the special delivery was the push for G Dep. That was G Dep's push right there. And if Black Rob can blow off that, then he would. But it didn't work.
All right. Well, so he releases The Saga Continues in July. So Black Rob has another single out, Bad Boy for Life. And then G Dep comes out. G Dep is Black Rob's right-hand man. So this is all Black Rob. This is all Black Rob shit, man. Is what I'm trying to explain.
Yeah, but now not my bad. I was gonna say like, all right, like you said, this Black Rob man. So now you're gonna have to kind of market G Dep as almost how you gonna market Black Rob. They're gritty rappers. They're gritty rappers. They're not the puffy type rappers. They're not gonna go on a remix from with an 80s sample. Put an 80s sample in the remix and be jiggy all with it. They want to do that songs like Whoa or songs like Special Delivery. That's the songs Black Rob and G Dep wanted to do. Puffy was looking us for those singles, them Billboard singles.
So when did
Straight
Black
out the gate
get arrested? When did it wasn't until 2006 that Black Rob got arrested for that whole jewelry scandal. So what I'm basically trying to explain here is that he had a clear-cut opportunity from February of 2000 all the way through November of 2001 to capitalize with Bad Boy from 3 different albums: his own Life Story, The Saga Continues, and then Child of the Ghetto with G Dep. He had a whole 2-year time frame to capitalize with Bad Boy.
Yeah, but the thing is, see, also with Black Rob, and I don't even like speaking the bad things about people when they're not here and stuff like that. But Black Rob, he had besides jail, he had a drug problem. He
Yeah,
bragging
and
with
he
the
wasn't
dust.
going. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know how much capitalizing he was gonna do off that Saga Continues album. That was puffy shit, man.
I mean, he had
Yeah,
the
right.
lead
Right.
feature.
True, Bonds.
He had
The
the
puffy
lead
shit.
feature. Imagine
It's
it was.
signed to
Yeah,
Puffy, man.
it's puffies.
You acting
It's
like this
puffy
man is
shit.
giving out money.
Imagine if
You
it
acting
was,
like
Puffy
you
shit.
dealing with men that's giving out money, man.
yo, if it was Bond Simmons on the side on Bad Boys for Life, you could have made a whole career out of that.
Motherfucking right.
Yeah, but at the same time, Puff not giving Black Rob any writers credit on other songs. Like, all right, boom, let me get you a bag in this way. Let me put you executive producer on this song, whatever.
Maybe the
No, he ain't gonna do that.
producer,
He just give you
Now
that
check
one
the
song.
album credits. Check the album credits.
maybe executive producer on Child of the Ghetto, but other than that, I mean, did he put Black Rob's face all over that shit? I believe the single was "Let's Get It" that they did a music video for, all three of them.
Let's get it.
And that was what was different about G-Dep than Shine and Black Rob. He was almost like a mixture of Shine, Black Rob, and then Mace and like he was almost a little bit more clean cut.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah,
Or
he
you
was gritty,
thought,
but he was more clean cut. He
you
was definitely
thought,
more clean cut.
you thought he was clean cut. He was more crunchy black than we thought, though.
Right.
Right. But he had problems too. That dust. He was messing with the dust
It might
too.
be too far. It was more crunchy black than we thought.
He was. Yeah.
And Black Rob had an opportunity to be
I know.
GK. Or at
You
least
said he had.
Ethan.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Alien says, yeah, that's how Loon slid in and slid out. Now, Loon, you see, Loon had an even bigger opportunity than Black Rob. Loon actually got to be featured on the what was those records called? I Need a Girl. Yeah, I Need a Girl. And that all led into his debut album. You know what I mean? But it didn't really take off for Loon.
Nope. And he was on. I think he was on that song with Mace from the Rugrats movie. And Maya, Loon, Mace, and Maya.
Really?
For the Rugrats movie. Yep, I remember that video putting on MTV.
Wow, Mace and Loon did a record?
Yep. Rugrats soundtrack. Yep.
They probably got
several records
together though.
It's Mace, Loon, and Maya. But it's on. But I was saying it because it's for a movie.
Mace, Loon, and Maya. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's the record that goes R R R R U U U U G G G G R R R. Right? Or no?
Rugrats.
No. It's the joint with Maya singing on there. It's almost like a remake of a 80s song.
Take Me There?
Yeah, take me there. I want to go there.
I want to go
Take
there.
me
So,
to
Maya used to be so bad.
Exactly.
What happened to Maya, yo? When she was on the swing, she was so beautiful, but she never.
Yo, Maya's still bad. She's still bad.
No, she's beautiful, but she was really cute and beautiful on that swing back then. What happened to her?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just seen her on Instagram too. She's still bad.
Yeah, she's still bad.
Alien says, yo, good call. The Rugrats album was slapping.
Okay.
Yo,
I told you, Mikey T, when we had the hip hop the game show, I'm ready. Hip hop knowledge game show, man. I bring up stuff like that.
I got all the questions. I got all 20 questions for hip hop trivia battle. It's starting very soon. Rosewood versus RBH hip hop trivia battle. It's going to be lit. And tomorrow we're going live with ARab's first words on the 45-year sentence. We're going to be going live tomorrow. Hold on. Is this the lyrics? This is the lyrics. It's take me there. I want to go there. Let's go there. Take me to that great place with wonders and wish. No, I don't remember that, man. Was that it?
Wonders and wishes. Take me
Yeah,
there.
no,
I want to
uh-huh.
go there.
Hold on.
That's it.
That was Blackstreet and on that song with Maya.
Okay.
I don't know too much about Blackstreet.
Yeah, they know. These look like females in here, so I think they would know.
Right.
That's
They
like
would
a
know.
R&B
Yeah,
shit.
Blinky.
yeah.
Blinky Blinky? What's he talking about?
I'm gonna take the Queen's word for it.
Blinky Blink, he was part of Junior. Not was he part of? No. He was a part of Junior Mafia. He's son of Bad Boy too. He's a bad boy artist.
What up, Zaya? Appreciate you for tapping in. Yo, they're saying that wasn't Loon. Was it? It was Loon and Mace? I'm about
It
to
was
look it up.
probably Blinky Blink then. It was Blinky Blink. Man, I think.
Yep. It was
Mason.
Blackstreet and Maya featuring Mace and Blinky Blink. Man, I was tripping out for a second when I heard that Mace actually did a record with Loon. I mean, I know that there's got to be one out there, but I just never heard
somebody from the Bad Boy camp.
Mason and Loon they was all in that Children of the Corn shit together. They was a group before.
Right. But I never really heard Loon's name mentioned within Children. I thought I heard Mace, Big L, Herb McGruff.
That was the original.
I didn't
Then they
remember.
kind of added. Then they had more. They had Huddy Combs and all them, and they had the girl.
Oh yeah, right.
And they had Loon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like the second generation of Children of the Corn.
Yeah, but what is Blink Blink actually known for?
That's after Mace left them. Actually, after Mace blew up and left them.
Blink Blink. What is Blink Blink known for as well? Just to try to catch me up.
I don't even know who Blink Blink is.
Nothing.
They got me with that one.
Probably the Take Me There song. That's it.
That song was lit. Did Maya get that on her album?
No, it was on the Rugrats soundtrack. So
I'm trying to say, you guys, and nobody will respond to it. But Maya looked so damn good on that one video with the swing. You know what I mean? She was like, her hair was perfect. And then after that, she never. Do you guys know what video I'm talking about? Where she's on the swing the whole joint?
I want to hear the song. I want to figure out the song so I can know the video. But you know where she looked good at? In her and Jay-Z video. Her and Jay-Z video, Maya was looking good, man. Carolina Blue Kicks.
I this nigga on the block who already buy simple since I was 6.
It can't be moving with Silk the Shocker.
Is it this case of the X?
No, Silk the Shocker with platinum.
He had that tank on it. Everything coming out that tank, out that was going platinum.
Silk the Shocker with platinum. 2 albums. He got 2 albums that went platinum.
Silk the Shocker kind of reminds me of Blueface, or Blueface and Silk the Shocker. No, are they like on the same wave?
Nah, Silk the Shocker. He a little bit. I see where you're coming from the all key type of flow.
Yeah, this is it though. This isn't the video, but Maya, when she was making music videos like Moving. So Maya in 1998 was the best, sexiest Maya.
Yeah, 98 Maya. I give you that.
You'll give me that?
Yeah, 98 to 2000. From then till when she did the song with the remix to Jay-Z. Yes, yo, Jigga Man, we ballin'. That John,
Of course,
Maya was looking good.
Of course, that is until I get the opportunity to meet Maya and take her out for dinner. Then that will be the most attractive Maya. Right?
Yeah, she's still bad now. She's still bad now.
Oh my God, she's amazing. But so Demas says MTV Little Kim joint with Maya. MTV Little Kim and Maya, that joint.
Little Kim and Maya.
Did it now? I don't know that.
Oh, she ain't talking about Lady Marmalade.
That's what I was thinking.
I was thinking something else, but I think that was actually a different feature. But yeah, they were actually on the Lady Marmalade record with Pink. So I guess it was Lil Kim, Maya, Pink, and Christina Aguilera. Yeah, and that
Yeah.
shit, holy shit, 400 million views. Yeah, that was a big one back in the day. I think that was along with a movie sound. Oh, the
Yeah,
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge. It was on Moulin Rouge soundtrack.
Iceberg says Jadakiss and Maya Best of Me version was better than Jay-Z version, though. Both fire.
I could say that. I like the Jadakiss version better, but they both are fire. You're right.
Finally, somebody responds to me. Synopsis says, ladies are really cute on swings. Maybe that was it.
Nah, Maya's serious though.
Yeah, Maya was great, man. Maya was great. Why didn't she go further? Was it her vocal range?
Mhm. That's a good way to put that. It might be because I can't see Maya singing like the national anthem.
Right.
Maybe she didn't have enough good songs though.
She didn't have enough good songs, Bonds?
Yeah, I don't know how many hits did Maya.
Well, I mean, getting on that record that we just mentioned should have been another big stepping stone to having her career back. I think that must have been at least 2002 or something like that when that came out. Let me see.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was 2000. Moulin Rouge released in 2001. That should have been major. I mean, we were just saying the baddest Maya was 98. So she getting that extra push in 2001, she should have been out of here, right?
But she's kind of falling off by
Yeah,
now.
but that wasn't her song though. So
They put her on there to revive her career.
right, that wasn't her song.
That's like saying that the DJ Khaled songs weren't Ace Hood songs. Ace Hood still went and made a career out of it.
Yeah,
No, it
but
wasn't.
sometimes it
It
could
wasn't her
translate
song
into
because
money, but it doesn't translate into fans. You know what I'm saying? Things translate differently. So you just because you're a part of the song, that means you can reap the benefits from it. But if you're not the contributing factor on the song, then you're not gonna get the fan base from it. Like that's a different situation. You know what I'm saying?
you
Yeah,
got
she probably got,
Christina Aguilera, you got Pink on there, and you got Lil Kim.
and that shit is under Christina Aguilera, Vivo. So it's her song.
Iceberg
Yeah.
says yeah. Iceberg
She's
says
a much bigger artist.
it's definitely the vocal range. She could layer vocals. She couldn't. I guess he means to compete with Mariah, Aaliyah, Ashanti.
Yeah, it could be a business. Her label situation, songs, not the right writers. Like she's still putting shit out though. She still got a small fan base. So you know what I'm saying? It's just she's still doing shit though. She's still active.
Brittany says
Yeah, but the
Rosewood.
vocal range, I think the vocal range is definitely a thing.
Yep, Brittany says Rosewood is probably right about the vocal range not being up there with Mariah. Yeah, she had a lot to compete with back then, and some people were probably like, some people were probably just like, oh, Maya, 3-letter name. Maybe we can just delete that. 3 letters, delete the 3 letters, delete, 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 delete. And then we've made more space, but also we just canceled out a big portion of the budget. We saved a whole lot of money too. And nobody will even remember that Maya was going to come. And we've all magically forgotten about Maya.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, come on. Brandy was not hotter. Brandy was not hotter than Maya. Bonds, I'll ask you first.
Yeah, Brandy been in the game. Brandy's a fucking legend. Yeah, man.
No, Bonds. I mean, who was better looking, Brandy or Maya?
Oh hell no! I don't think he meant that.
He can't.
He
He
ain't mean hide
can't.
in the looks department. He ain't mean hide in the looks department. I know.
I
I'm
mean, he
giving that Ronald Ray. That's not Ray Charles. He can see.
Man,
Stevie Wonder.
glad we can laugh right now, you guys. I'm glad we can laugh right now, man. So you guys are saying that he didn't mean that Brandy was hot. Am I the only one who thought Brandy was kind of hot?
Nah,
No,
Brandy, all right. Brandy, all right. I ain't
Maya
shitting on Brandy. Brandy's all right. She's,
is better than Maya.
she's a
Yeah,
beautiful
no,
woman in her
You
own
taking
right.
her
You know? Yeah, Brandy's a beautiful woman in her own right. You know what I'm saying? But Maya got a little bit Maya got some more sauce on her.
Oh man, Maya is one of the most beautiful women in the planet. And you know, when I get famous, I'm gonna definitely have my people send feelers out to if she'll go to dinner with me.
Good luck, bro.
Thank you. Priscilla says her vocals out this world. Brandy.
Facts. Yeah.
No, that's
Brandy
fact.
Brandy came up under the greats though. She came up under Whitney and all them things. You know what I'm saying? Brandy different vocally. You know what I'm saying?
And
Vocally.
she's gotten quite a couple opportunities in movies and shows. You know,
Yep.
she got a really big opportunity to be in that movie. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and people will never forget. She had her best look in that movie too. I think.
Yeah. And our show, Moichi. It's always gonna be a classic.
Yeah.
Look what Iceberg just said. He said he said he's gonna tell Rihanna that I said that. Well, I mean, Riri traded up, man. Riri traded up on me. She went for Leonardo DiCaprio. What do you want me to say, Iceberg? You know what I mean? I got to stay on my level. You know what I mean? Me and Maya were on the same level of things. You know, I was on the Leonardo DiCaprio level. You know what I mean? There's levels to this shit, as Meek Mill said.
Stupid, Mikey T. Crazy.
There's levels to this shit.
Leonardo DiCaprio on the yacht with models all over the front. He the only male.
Leonardo DiCaprio on the yacht with my girl Rihanna. Alien says, I still remember Kobe, R.I.P. to Kobe, taking Brandy to prom. Is that
Big
something
fact.
you remember?
Yep.
Mhm.
That was
Rosewood,
major. That was like major news.
talk to me about it, man. Why do you remember that? That's great.
That because it was all over. It was all over MTV. It was on, and I think Nickelodeon hosted it.
Wow.
Yeah,
When he
I
took
put it all over. Yep.
hosted
Yeah, I remember that.
Nickelodeon at the same time. That's
Yep.
how major it was at the time. You gotta remember, it wasn't no social media out. So for something like that to happen, person Kobe was coming out, coming into the league at that time, and who she was, it was almost like people, all the gossip tabloids, they're like, "Oh, that's the new power couple" and all that. You know, yeah, it was that big. It was that big. It was big.
And Bonds, what do you remember about that, man?
Yeah, I remember that. It was all over everything. And
Hold on.
Kobe
It was
actually
Kobe's prom?
no,
No,
it was
Brandy,
Brandy's prom. And Kobe took her, yeah.
Okay.
And Kobe was
yeah,
Kobe's was it was crazy because my older sister, that's crazy. So I'm here, my sister right now, but her somebody that went to her school was friends with Kobe Bryant. So Kobe Bryant used to be he was up at our school a couple times, so it was like a big thing too, like, you know what I mean? That's a fact. Rest in peace to Kobe too, man.
You know, a lot of these guys, I got to say, a lot of these guys, Kobe Bryant, Black Rob, DMX, you know, they had an opportunity to really shape a lot of people's lives, you know, to change people's lives, to give them an uplifting experience. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to take from these guys. Like looking back, I saw a picture the other day. Someone posted DMX at a random wedding. You know what I mean? Like just to think of all the lives that these entertainers could touch. You know, Kobe through sports, Black Rob obviously through music. You know what I mean? That's what can make me smile at this point. You know what I mean?
Man.
Hold on. Ronald Ray says Brandy said she wanted Lorenz Tate to take her. What? What do you got me reading, Ronald? Is this accurate, you guys? Is this something that you guys have heard?
Nah, I've never heard that.
But
though.
yo,
I never heard that one.
Lorenz Tate is the man, though. After you guys had me watch that movie, y'all, Dead Presidents.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you watched it?
Yeah, Lorenz
yeah.
Tate is the freaking man, yo. I could.
Mikey T watched it. Yeah. I told you it was a banger, Mikey T.
Yeah, that movie was dope, man. That movie was dope. I like Maya's song with Silk the Shocker. Yeah, I was just kind of shocked that she recorded with Silk the Shocker. But like you said, Rosewood, he is a platinum recording artist, so he had a lot of heavy clout back then. Like, you know, when you're a platinum artist back then, people look at you different.
And I think I'm not exactly sure. They might have been dating at one point or like around that time. They might have been like they might have had like a little fling going on.
Lucky guy, man. And but yeah, like I was saying earlier about Maya's career, man. Don't really know if it was the fact that there was so much competition back then to get caught up with. I don't really know if that's it. I don't know. Like Bond said, maybe it could have been possibly a label situation where she was tied up and not able to release music. Like you said, she was on the Rugrats soundtrack. I find that interesting. With that proven sales history, I don't know why that they wouldn't, you know, release more music from her. Maybe we could actually touch base on that on a later date, though.
Yeah. But I think you said it from the beginning. It's the vocal range. Because I just said I only said the national anthem because that's a major arena and you have to have a vocal range to be able to perform that. You know, think of the people that get up there to actually sing it, the Whitney Houstons, the Mariah Careys, whatever it is. It can be anything that you have somebody singing for a major crowd. Maya can't I don't think she can do that.
So let's
So I
talk
think that
about
was a major part.
let's talk about Black Rob, though, Rosewood. I want to ask you, man. You know, obviously he was a big note for the city of New York. He has one of the classic New York anthems. You know, he has one of the classic hip hop anthems of all time. What was the reaction to Whoa? You know, what was the reaction to Whoa in Philly, bro?
Oh, everybody was playing that. Everybody's playing it in the car. It got played on the radio every day. You know, everybody listened to it. Everybody listened to it on the radio. People played it in the car. It was definitely a hit here in the city.
Did he come out to your city though?
Did Black Rob come out to the city? I think Black Rob did come to the city. He did a press run.
He did a
He
press
came
run.
through the city. I think he came down to the gallery. He's in the gallery. He did a press run for his first album. I'm not sure about the second album. I know the first album he did a press run. He came through Philly.
That's
When
what's up.
Woe was popping, he came through Philly.
That's what's up. So yeah, Philly looked at it as an all-time classic. I was actually telling Bonds, I was like, yo, if Black Rob really wanted to capitalize, he honestly could have created like a show, like a live performance, like how, you know, Jay-Z does what Made in America. What's it called? Is it called Made in America? What Jay-Z does? You know,
Where
they
he
have,
did the live performances.
yep.
Yeah, Made in America.
those pop singers, the R&B singers, they have the Scream tour. I was saying, yo, if Black Rob was really about it, he could have did a tour like the Like Whoa, 2001,
Mhm.
Like Whoa,
Mhm.
tour 1, 2002, Like Whoa, tour 2, Like Whoa 3. You know how like these dudes do their mixtapes, volume 1. He could have did it like, sometimes they do tours like that as well. And I thought he could have
Yeah,
brought out
yeah, but
the dopest artist, like the
yeah, at that time, I don't think a lot of artists had that mindset of doing that. How artists are doing it now. And another thing is, like I said, he had his own problems other than jail, and is ultimately up to Puff. It's always ultimately up to Diddy. You can come with a banger that the streets love. Diddy can be like, no, that's not the one. That's not what we going with. I want to go with this. You can say, look, man, I want to start the World Tour, and I want to have this person and that person or whatever like that. I want to start the World Tour. If he say no, then what you gonna do?
Well, that's what I was
Go
saying
home.
once. I was like, you can't look to Diddy for everything. Sometimes you got to go and start your own thing. And if he could have really, built on that or monetized that and turned it into a yearly concert, and then Diddy would have been like, holy shit,
Yeah.
this is the first artist I've ever seen turn his record into a yearly concert or a yearly tour. You know what I mean? Where he gets
Mhm.
the hottest Like Whoa artist, whether it was Ludacris or DJ Khaled, who was always doing the anthems and shit. You go get the
Right.
biggest anthems. Diddy would have probably invested in that tour. And you know what I mean? They could have still been doing it this year. That's what I
But
was saying.
when has Diddy ever with any of his artists? When has he gave the opportunity? He always is going to do a tour, him featuring bad boy artists. He's
Right.
he's never thinking of, oh yeah, one of my artists. Let me put their ideas and let them run with their ideas and make the bag. No, he needs to be the choreographer, everything. Like Suge said, if you don't want your executive producer dancing all in the videos, singing all on the songs. So
Yep.
that's the thing. It's his control. It's what he wants. You work for him. There's no creative control on your end. He has all the creative control. And if whatever creative control you have, if he likes it, then he's going to take it and make the credit for himself. You're not going to get the credit for it.
So messed up.
You come with the greatest idea in the world. Something Walt Disney would have. Puffy's name's going to be on that. And he's going to say, because I own the publisher, I own the rights to you, I own your rights, own your likeness. So
That
I
was
can do
probably
whatever
one
I
of
want.
the biggest things, Rosewood. He's like, listen, I'm Puff Daddy. I'm Diddy.
Mhm.
I'm Diddy. Diddy Bobby, Diddy Bob. I need the creative control to make
I
you
need that.
hot. You know?
Yep. Yep. That's slick talk. Yep. That's slick talk.
And then you're like, oh shit, he needs the creative control in order to make me hot. Da, 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 da. Then the next thing you know, you're in a shiny suit. You know?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Or
Yep.
you're on I Need a Girl part 1 through 6. And then when
Right.
it comes time to drop your album, I Want a Girl isn't even on the damn album.
I Need a Girl is not even a top Billboard song anymore.
Yeah.
By the time your album come out.
Yo, the second I Need a Girl should have been released on Loon's album.
It was all for Puffy, man. It was all for Puff. It's all for Puff to make money, man. Listen, it's Puff featuring them. Like James Brown featuring the Famous Flames. It's Puffy featuring everybody else. It ain't. It's not just Bad Boy is Puffy and everybody else.
That dude needed to do that dude in the Famous Flames. He needed to do the damn song right. How hold on, was that James Brown? That was James Brown or was,
James Brown.
yeah.
Yeah, James Brown.
In the Famous Flames?
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. Because when he went to go get the deal, They just wanted him. So
He's
then
like,
he
no,
wanted to keep the group.
but if we do the song like that, it's gonna sound off balance. He's like, just do the damn song like that, man.
Yeah, that's
Watch him.
once he got his group. Yeah, that was Maceo. He's telling Maceo that. He's telling Maceo. He said, "How many hits you had?" He said, "None, Mr. Brown." He said, "Exactly. Do it as I say."
Like, yo, he just wants it to sound so natural like everything else. If it sounds like everything else, it ain't gonna be shit.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Yep.
Wow. You all right? So I'm looking at Loon's album right now, and I'm trying to see if they put "I Need a Girl" on there. Nope. They had "How You Want That" with Khalees. I think you remember "How You Want That."
No, I do not. I
Come
don't
on,
remember
you
that
don't
one.
remember Loon's first single, man?
Mikey T. It was. I'm a street dude. I'm not listening to Loon. You know, it's like that video comes on BET.
All right.
I'm going to MTV to see what's on.
So let me make my point now. Now, "I Need a Girl" Part 1, cool, give it to Diddy. "I Need a Girl" Part 2 was actually the bigger hit of the two.
Yeah.
Why not give that record to Loon for his Loon album to make somebody like you care? You know what I mean? Because they burnt you out. They burnt you out on it to the point where you didn't want to see "How You Want That."
Yeah, they did burn me out. Because they played "I Need a Girl" 1 and 2. That was playing on the radio all day, every day in the city. Like
That shit was
all day,
dope.
every
That
day.
shit was
Yeah,
dope.
no, it was. But you're right. He should have put it on Moon's album. But like I said, Diddy wants everything for himself. You know, he wants everything for himself.
Let's
You
address
know,
this. Whoa, Black Rob.
hmm
Whoa, is it top 3 biggest Bad Boy record songs that have ever come out? Where does it go in the top 5 Bad Boy records that have ever come out?
So you're excluding Biggie Smalls, or
No,
you putting Biggie Smalls in it?
we're including everything.
Mm. Top 3?
No. We're gonna say top 5. I think there's an argument for "Whoa" to be in the top 5 Bad Boy records of all time.
I was gonna say it's top 5. Top 3 would be hard, but top 5 because I think Whoa and Shine's Bad Boy. Those are 2 of the top Bad Boy songs ever.
All About the
That
Benjamins.
no, I was about to say All About the Benjamins and
Hypnotize.
and what's Hypnotized. What's the and Puffy and Mace John. Put your
Oh,
rollies in the sky with
Been Around the World. They had a
Been
couple.
Around the World, Hypnotized, Been Around the World, All About the Benjamins.
Not- One second. Yeah, there's a lot of records, but I think there's a strong, you know what I mean? Yeah, Been Around the World with Big and Mace. Also I really like the record with Mace, Big, and 112. What's that joint called?
Yeah, that's
What's it called? Players Anthem?
no,
Oh,
that's
no,
not
it's
big.
called Only You.
Only You, yeah, Only You. That's a banger.
But I
That's a
think
banger.
Whoa, can we put Whoa above Only You, you guys?
Yeah, I mean I would because what was like a street anthem. You know,
Right.
Only You was catered to the radio. What was natural? That was grassroots.
Because
That
Hypnotize.
was Black Rob being. Huh?
Well, is there a bigger one? Is it what's the biggest one? Is it Hypnotize, or is it All About the Benjamins, or is it I'll Be Missing You? What's the biggest one?
Man, All About the Benjamins is crazy because when Biggie verse come on, it just that when Biggie verse come on the bit All About the Benjamins, it's just something about that right there.
More money, more
But
problems. It's too
yeah,
many.
it's too many. But Puff got the he got the hits, man. He got the hits. He got the hits. He got the
Yeah.
hits. It's too many.
But I'm making an argument that Whoa is right up there with. I'm gonna say Whoa is there with More Money, More Problems. All About the Benjamins. Been Around the World. You know what I mean? Whoa. I'm gonna say it's right there with those records.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is.
That's
Because
how,
like I said, when it came out, it was getting heavy rotation on the radio. People playing in their cars. You know, if the song came on, nobody was saying, "Hey, man, I'm tired of hearing that." We were singing it.
and
Yeah.
Rosewood, I'm putting it above Bad Boys by Shine. I'm putting it above it. He
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting it above another one, Bonds, we were talking about that people love from Shine was That's Gangsta. You know, I'm putting
I'll put it over that. I'll
I'm
put it
putting
over
it
that.
above that as well. You know, like
Yeah,
Black
I'll put it
Rob
over that.
actually did have bigger record than Shine did on there. I
Yeah.
think Iceberg was talking about the Mace record with Total. You know, Mace's big ass girl record, probably the biggest record of Mace's. Tell Me What You Want.
Tell me what you want. Yeah. Tell me what you want. Yeah, that's it. Like you said, it's too many. It's too many. It's too many.
I think it's got to go probably More Money, More Problems. More Money, More Money, More Problems is probably number one, though, followed by All About the Benjamins, Hypnotize,
Mhm.
Hypnotize.
You gotta put it like that. Yeah, because the Biggie era, those Juicy. What about Juicy?
Juicy. Whoa. But also, I like to figure in I'll Be Missing You. Is that something you really should figure in, or am I doing too
I
much?
don't really, I don't really figure that in for one
It's Diddy's biggest record.
because yeah, only because it's the Sting sample and Sauce Money wrote the verse for him,
Right.
wrote the song. It's a Sting sample and Sauce Money wrote the song. So I can't give. I mean, Puffy got the credit, but I don't look at it as Puffy's song. I look
Victory
at
is great.
Sauce Money featuring Sting.
Victory is great. Victory is well remembered as well. But like Bad Boy with Shine, it comes after the top five.
Yeah, yeah. It comes after. It comes after the top five.
Oh, hold on, Rosewood. Do you put Juicy over Hypnotize? There's just something about that Biggie, can't you see? There's just something about that to me, to be honest.
Yeah, both of them are. They both of them up there though. Both of them up there. That's a hard one to say
So it looks like
either
that's
or.
top five, and Black Rob can round out the top five of the best Bad Boy songs ever recorded in history.
Yeah, man. Because Woe was just like, I got a man from the town that is Woe. And and he talking, well, folk, I gripped the full fall of the fast life. Like that's like it was a song that you can play in the club. You can play the video. It can go mainstream, and he was talking gritty on there. So that's why you gotta give it to Black Rob on that one.
But yo, all right, so we hear what
Yeah,
everyone's saying about Juicy and Hypnotize, but do you agree with us about Whoa being in the top five of Bad Boys history of records of all time? Like, you guys agree that it would be number five, or what do you think? Are we reaching? I know everybody in here has respect for Black Rob. You know what I mean? I was telling everybody about how I had actually met Black Rob at one point, Rosewood, when I went to the G Unit offices. Believe it was to actually interview Kid. And I met Black Rob, who was telling me that he had just recovered from a stroke, you know?
Mm, mm, yeah. See, that's what I said. Black Rob, he been dealing with a lot for a minute now. So it's like, man, rest in peace, Black Rob. You know, I wish Puffy would have did more for the man as far as like monies, but
You
it is
know,
what it is.
Rosewood, he gave him the opportunity to release that Black Rob Report album, and that was something that I really respected out of Puff back then. You know, he didn't leave him high and dry on his second album.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't leave him. He didn't leave him. No, you're right about that. He didn't leave him. But like I said, he had his own demons. So it's hard. You know, you trying to market somebody and you know they dealing with, a lot of different things in their life.
Right. Yeah. Just like G Dep, man. And sometimes from the
Yeah.
outside looking in, like as a fan, like I didn't know until I met G Dep in person and did an interview with him. I didn't, like sometimes as a fan, like I said, when they presented G-Dep in the videos with Diddy, I looked at him as a more clean cut, a little bit more clean cut than Black Rob and Shine, but a little bit less clean cut than Mace and Diddy themselves. I looked at him as like a
Right.
little bit of a median, and I was like, I was kind of, like thinking that nothing of it. I was like, okay, these guys are the new rappers. You never look at these guys and realize they're dealing with a lot of the same problems that we deal with. They're facing
Exactly.
they're facing all the temptations that we're facing,
And even more, because now you're flowing it with the money in front of you, a lump sum of money in front of you. And now you thinking it's gonna be one way and it's not, and the industry is quick to fool you. And then in the long run, you don't own your rights, you don't own your name, you don't own your likeness, and you find that out, it'll drive you crazy. Mentally and physically.
Really appreciate you joining me tonight on this topic, Rosewood. We're going to be back tomorrow night with the statement from Arab for everyone. But Rosewood, let everybody know how they can contact you before we get up out of here tonight, man.
You already know your boy Rosewood. Contact me at spill_ENT on the gram, man. Shout out to my.
Did we lose Rosewood? Looks like we have lost Rosewood. If anybody wants to support the channel, hit that Cash App Mike ET Movie to support the channel, you guys. I really appreciate everybody tapping in. I really do. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the best fan base, to be honest. I appreciate it if everybody hits that like button, shares this video, continue to let everybody know that we are the hottest brand of news and media out there that actually brings new interviews. You know what I mean? New commentaries. Rest in peace to Black Rob. Thank you, Double R, for tapping in. And thank you, everybody else, for tuning in tonight. Rest in peace, X. Rest in peace, Black Rob, man. It's a really sad thing that happened. You know what I mean? It's a really sad thing that happened in hip hop. It really sucks, you guys. RIP to Craig Mack as well. RIP to all the guys that have fallen. Appreciate you, Dan. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody that's tuned in tonight, man. We will be back tomorrow night with an update on Arab, but I couldn't not speak on Black Rob. He's had an impact on my life. As I said, I had both of his albums. I didn't purchase the Game Tested Street Approved album because that was his first independent release. I did hear the album, though. Rest assured, I did bang the album, listen to it. He didn't lose anything. You know what I mean? He didn't lose anything. He really, really has always had a knack for writing music, you guys. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Salute.